And now we have Zac Boulier, who is our media specialist for HUBCAP. Zac, thank you so much for being on episode 1 of the HUBCAP podcast.
Well, thanks for having me here, Wes, and it's great to be on this side of the camera. Looking forward to hosting occasionally when you're not here to be here for the interviews.
Yes, Zac will be our other host for the times when I might not be available. So either Zac or I will be sort of running the dialogue and show from the HUBCAP podcast studio. So Zac, just give people a quick background. Where are you from? What do you do as your background? And how did you end up joining us at HUBCAP?
I got interested in video production back in high school. I'm originally from Waterbury. I had a teacher from my high school talk about Wallingford, about how it's a great place to live and work. And so when I decided to go to Southern, Wallingford's only a stone throw away. Yep. So I decided to place my roots here for a few years. Lived in an apartment on the east side of town, and just decided to move, buy a place here and start my family here.
Now you don't want to move.
No, I don't want to move. I've had a long history in video production. I've worked for multiple public access stations. I've worked for A&E, so I used to edit promos for History Channel, Lifetime, and for A&E for their specials there for like Live PD and Live Rescue and any biography special that they were having come out. And then I worked for a little bit, for about 2 years in consulting. I was a videographer for a CIO consulting firm, so we went around to 30 different markets, and I met some amazing CIOs from Fortune 500 companies. And as I'm learning like leadership, it's in every department, from either the financial part of the company, the tech part, the marketing. When you meet in that boardroom, it's all about bringing your skills, but also great leadership, listening skills. Mm-hmm. It's all about branding these days. You got to have a presence on social media. When I was there at the consulting firm, a lot of these CIOs did not have a presence on social media, and we told them you got to have some type of digital footprint for people to find you. And a lot of these summits, we had headhunters, as we would call them, mm-hmm. in the industry, where it's just people would go out searching for like a new CIO for another company. And for a way to get noticed is you got to have a brand. You got to have some type of social media presence out there for people to know who you are and what you do. And so over the last few years, technology has become a big thing. A lot of videos exploded. You just don't write a blog anymore. You just don't write a letter to the editor anymore. Everything's all digital. You got to have your face out there, as Wes knows, making those viral videos about Wallingford. You got to be there. You got to show your face, and you got to tell people who you are and what you do. You got to have a brand.
So then segueing into HUBCAP, how did it come to you joining us here?
So I noticed, like a lot of organizations in Wallingford, the social media presence wasn't strong. And so I stepped up, raised my hand to volunteer to grow the social media presence and the brand of HUBCAP. And hopefully I get to do that with other local businesses and nonprofits that just need a little attention brought to them for what they offer for services.
So you kind of segued into my next question, which is about social media, digital marketing, advertising, and such. And as I talked about with Patty earlier, HUBCAP is kind of the pillars of business, education, and community. Tell us how we're kind of revolutionizing that at HUBCAP and also being a benefit to people within those three pillars.
I see HUBCAP as a think tank. I see it as a place where people could come together, brainstorm ideas, exchange ideas, grow their network, and also give back to the community. There's not a lot of places that I know of where people could come from different industries to come and collaborate and give back to the community.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to, with my skills that I'll be sharing with the people who come to HUBCAP, is to help grow their social media presence. As Wes knows, it's important to have your brand, to let people know who you are and what you do, and how to grow your audience. And as a business owner, you're dealing with a lot of things throughout the day. You're dealing with HR. You're dealing with different vendors. You're dealing with customers. You're thinking about how you're going to make next month's rent and pay your staff. And one of the things that you're not thinking about as top priority is growing your brand, growing your social media presence. It's free advertising.
Yeah.
And you got to get those customers in to help pay those bills and help pay for your employees.
Awesome. And we have tons of episodes to come for the HUBCAP podcast. We want this to be, again, a voice for us, but for community, business, and education. So I can't thank you enough for joining us, for being a part of HUBCAP, and we're really excited to see what's to come in the months ahead.
Myself as well. I'm excited to see who we're going to get in here to be interviewed. I can't wait to hear some great entrepreneurial stories, and I can't wait to hear what people have to say about what they're doing.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. And for more episodes to come, stay tuned to our channels. We will have them down below. And for episode 2, stay tuned, and we will see you soon.